Welcome, my darlings, to a place where shadows lengthen and whispers in the dark take form. Tonight we count down the most anticipated, most terrifying horror films set to haunt our screens in 2025. Dim the lights, silence your phones, and let the countdown to damnation begin. Our descent begins at Ravenwood, a mansion perched on the edge of a windswept cliff, shrouded in perpetual night. Its silhouette looms against the stormy sky, daring the curious to step inside. This is a house not just empty, but hungry, a place where silence is never truly silent, and every shadow seems to breathe. The air is thick with secrets and the walls seem to pulse with a life of their own. Into this darkness steps Eleanor, a young historian drawn by the mansion's tragic past. She arrives with a journal and a camera, hoping to find solace in the legends she spent years studying. But Ravenwood is no ordinary relic. It's a living memory, waiting for someone to listen. Ravenwood is alive, feeding on despair, learning your secrets, and whispering them back in the voices of the lost. The house listens, and it remembers every sorrow that crosses its threshold. The house becomes a mirror, reflecting your darkest regrets until you can't tell its ghosts from your own. Every creak and groan is a reminder of the pain that lingers here, echoing through time. The trailer teases Eleanor's discovery of her own face in a faded Victorian portrait, and the chilling sound of laughter echoing from a nursery sealed for decades. Each room is a puzzle, each artifact a clue to the house's insatiable hunger. The walls weep black, the dread seeps into your bones, and the house's sorrow becomes your own. It's as if the very structure is mourning, bleeding memories that stain the soul. Ravenwood's terror is deeply personal, psychological erosion, not just jump scares. It unravels you from within, making you question what's real and what's imagined. It's a predator, preying on the emotionally wounded, creating new ghosts to fill its endless halls. The house is never satisfied, always searching for its next victim. This promises a gothic masterpiece, a haunting that lingers long after you leave, its echoes following you into the daylight. It's not about what you see in the shadows, but what the shadows see in you. The darkness here is sentient, watching, waiting for you to let your guard down. Ravenwood isn't just a place, it's a diagnosis, a living entity that infects the mind and spirit, leaving scars that never heal. For those who enter, the prognosis is grim. The house marks you, and its influence lingers long after you've escaped its grasp. Prepare for a haunting that follows you home, a story that seeps into your dreams and refuses to let go. Next, we escape the haunted house for the wild terror of Shadows in the Pines. A group of estranged friends reunite for a camping trip in a national park with a history of disappearances. The forest itself is the threat, an ancient force that mimics voices and faces to lure victims away. The horror is in the sound, a twig snapping, a bird call that's too human, a friend's voice from the treetops. The forest becomes a labyrinth of paranoia, trust eroding as the campers realize they may not be talking to who they think. Shadows in the Pines taps into the fear of being lost, physically and existentially. Some horrors wear elegance like a mask, none more so than Blood Moon Manor. This imposing estate, shrouded in mist and legend, stands as a monument to secrets and the darkness that festers behind closed doors. Its windows glow with a cold, unnatural light, hinting at the mysteries within. Tilda Swinton leads as the matriarch of a reclusive, aristocratic family with a monstrous legacy. Her presence is both magnetic and chilling, commanding every room with a quiet, predatory authority that unsettles even the bravest visitor. A young journalist arrives for an interview, drawn by rumors and the promise of a story. She finds opulence, beauty, and a suffocating sense of dread lurking beneath the surface. Every ornate detail seems to whisper warnings, and the air is thick with unspoken fear. The family is charming, their manners impeccable, but the staff is terrified, moving like shadows along the walls. No one ever eats at the grand table, and the silence during meals is as heavy as the velvet drapes. The film's giallo-inspired visuals, crimson, blue, and gold, make the horror as beautiful as it is unsettling. Every frame is a painting, every shadow a threat, and the colors pulse with a life of their own, drawing you deeper into the manor's spell. Vampirism here is a parasitic inheritance, not a curse. It's a family tradition, passed down through generations, binding each member to the manor and to each other in a web of hunger and secrecy. The manor is a gilded cage, a trap for the unwary. Its beauty is a lure, its luxury a prison, and escape is all but impossible for those who cross its threshold. Swinton's predatory grace chills every scene. Her eyes follow you through the darkness, promising both danger and seduction, making it impossible to look away. Blood Moon Manor is a slow-burn, stylish nightmare about class, consumption, and immortality. It's a haunting meditation on the price of privilege, and the monsters we become to protect it. The most terrifying monsters are the ones who smile at you across the dinner table. Enter if you dare, but remember, some doors once open can never be closed. Some horrors hide in plain sight, like The Forgotten Ones, set in the decaying underbelly of a city. A social worker investigates disappearances among the homeless, uncovering a subterranean society of pale, blind creatures, descendants of those sealed underground a century ago. The film blends creature-feature thrills with biting social commentary. It's Candyman meets the Descent visceral terror in claustrophobic tunnels, and the horror of societal neglect. The trailer's shaky cam, flickering flashlights, and chittering echoes set the tone. The real question, who are the true monsters, the creatures, or the society that let them fester? Sometimes the darkest places are the ones we choose to forget. What if your nightmares could kill you, even when you're awake? That's the premise of Night Terrors Awakening. A university sleep study goes wrong when a participant's sleep paralysis demon begins to manifest in the real world. The entity grows stronger each night, blurring the line between dream and reality. The film's long, unbroken takes and surreal intrusions keep the audience disoriented and on edge. The protagonist's bedroom becomes the epicenter of terror, her safe space violated. A chilling shot, paralyzed in bed, she watches a shadow glide toward her. Night Terrors Awakening taps into the primal fear of sleep and loss of control. Some doors in the mind should never be opened. Dolls are always unsettling, but The Dollmaker's Curse, produced by Guillermo del Toro, turns them into pure nightmare fuel. In a foggy 19th century village, a grieving couple commissions a doll in their lost child's likeness. The doll is a masterpiece, and a prison for a malevolent spirit. Del Toro's touch brings gothic beauty and sorrow to every frame. The doll's subtle movements and changing expressions are captured in haunting detail. The legend, a soul thief entity trapped within porcelain. This is a tragic ghost story, a cautionary tale about grief and the monsters we create. Prepare to be enchanted and horrified. Sometimes the worst monsters are the ones inside our minds, like in Echoes from Below. A deep-sea salvage diver, haunted by guilt, descends to recover a black box from a wreck in the ocean's darkest trench. Alone in his submersible, he hears distorted whispers and voices from his past. The horror is auditory, crackling radios, groaning hulls, and a familiar voice that shouldn't be there. Is he haunted, or just unraveling? Echoes from Below is a claustrophobic, cerebral nightmare about confronting your own abyss. You can't outrun your ghosts, especially at the bottom of the sea. We arrive at the precipice. The Last Ritual, the most anticipated horror film of 2025, is about to redefine the genre. The air is thick with expectation, as audiences everywhere prepare to be unsettled, challenged, and utterly captivated by what promises to be a landmark in modern horror cinema. The story follows a skeptical anthropologist who journeys to a remote, windswept island, intent on documenting its mysterious customs. What begins as a detached academic study quickly spirals into a chilling investigation, as she uncovers that the villagers are not merely eccentric, but serve as the vigilant wardens of an ancient slumbering entity, one whose awakening could spell doom for all. Their rituals, passed down through generations, are the only barrier keeping this cosmic terror at bay. Now, as the cycle nears its completion, the line between tradition and survival blurs, and the anthropologist is drawn into a web of fear and superstition. Directed by Ari Aster, master of psychological unease, The Last Ritual elevates folk horror to an epic scale. It's a film deeply rooted in disturbing real-world folklore, blending myth and reality until they are indistinguishable. The horror here is cosmic and existential, a slow-burn descent into madness where the true terror lies not in what is seen, but in what is felt and imagined. The film's atmosphere is suffocating, its dread inescapable. The teaser offers glimpses of sun-drenched rituals, cryptic symbols carved into ancient stones, and a community whose unsettling smiles never quite reach their eyes. Every frame is loaded with tension, hinting at secrets buried just beneath the surface. There are no traditional monsters here, just a chilling sense of inevitability, as time ticks down and the shadows grow longer. The terror is psychological, creeping, and all-consuming. The Last Ritual is more than a film. It's an experience designed to haunt you long after the credits roll. It's a journey into the unknown, where every revelation only deepens the mystery. Critics and fans alike will dissect and debate its meaning for years to come, searching for answers in its labyrinth of symbolism and dread. Mark your calendars for the winter solstice, December 21st, when darkness reigns and The Last Ritual is finally unleashed upon the world. This is the pinnacle of art house horror, a film that dares to disturb and provoke. Do not miss your chance to witness it on the big screen. The Last Ritual will linger in your mind, invading your dreams. Your nightmares will thank you. And there you have it. The abyss has stared back. 2025 promises a year of unforgettable nightmares and exquisite darkness. Which film has its hooks in you? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more journeys into the heart of horror. Stay scared. There are so many more terrible wonders to show you.